Question number 7, Alfred Ngaro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister for Social Housing, what recent commitments has the government made to improving social housing?
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister recently announced a comprehensive social housing reform package that will ensure that more people in need get access to social housing. For too long, governments have focused on the number of houses we own rather than how many people we are housing and what kind of lives they are leading. We will ensure there are more social housing places than there are now, and that is starting with an extra 3,000 income-related rent subsidies over the next 3 years.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Alfred Ngaro.
Why is the government focusing on tenants rather than on the number of houses Housing New Zealand owns?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, because tenants care about having the roof over their head and accessing the services that they need rather than who owns their house. Community housing providers are well established and already provide around 5,000 social houses around the country. We will grow the community housing sector by selling 1,000 to 2,000 Housing New Zealand properties over the next year. This builds on the changes that we made last year to give them access to income-related rent subsidies. That change means they now have a guaranteed income stream from the government that will help them grow and gives their tenants access to housing help, previously given only exclusive to stout housing tenants.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Alfred Ngaro.
What statements of support has she seen for the government's social housing reforms?
Well, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I have seen support, and that's always good to see out there. And it was at the Community Housing Aotearoa conference, and the Speaker talked at length about this, and he said, I quote, "Tenants with high and complex needs may be better off being transferred to a community housing provider." And also, we quote, "We are committed to community providers having access to the income-related rent subsidy, capital grants and stock transfer." Ironically, that is exactly this government's policy. However, that was from Phil Twyford last year as the housing spokesman.
Order. Order. Question number 8, Dr. Kennedy Graham.